Hello and welcome to another episode of A Day in the District, and it's season 4. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. I'm always excited and fascinated about the offerings we have across the district, and today is no different. I'm joined by colleagues of the Gary Area Career Center. I will allow them to introduce themselves, although they are no strangers to this community. But we are going to talk all things career and technical education. I'll start with you, Dr. Nichols. Who are you?
My name is Dr. Vanessa Nichols, and I am a native of Gary, Indiana, born and raised. I went through Norton School, Frable School, and also West Side. So I bleed the orange and blue.
Yes.
I'm excited to take on a new career path or a new endeavor as the principal of the Career Center, in which we will talk about in a few.
And I know this young lady next to you. Hello.
Hello, Miss Chelsea.
And
My name is Dionne Brown. I am also a native of Gary, Indiana, and I felt the need to stay here to help support the students here. I have been working at the Career Center for 20 years.
are you serious, D?
Yes,
Wow.
20 years.
That's wonderful.
And I love my job. I love the students. And the reason why I wanted to, work at the Career Center is because that's where I came from. I attended Horseman.
All right,
Hey,
Horseman.
Yes, and then also Indiana University. So with that being said, I wanted to put back and give back to Gary, Indiana.
You know why I'm smiling at you so hard, Dionne? For those who listen to WGVE, and that should be all of you, we have various commercials that promote the programs at the Gary Area Career Center. So I think I hear your voice every day. Hi, I'm Dionne Brown, the barbering instructor at the Gary Area Career Center. So you buried the lead on that, barbering.
I actually started that program.
Did you?
And the reason I started, it was a lady that called. She said, my son is in your class, but he's in cosmetology, but he wants a barber license. And I said, well, he still can use the cosmetology license and be a barber. She said, I don't want cosmetology on his license. So that bothered me. I went to the principal at that time. He said, well, are you certified to teach barbering? I said, no, but I will. He said, once you get your certifications, come back and let's see what we can do. And so I took the classes, brought it back to him. We presented it to the school board, and they were like, yes, let's get started.
Yes, you have been in the district. She's
Yes.
been through all the channels, changing
Right.
programs.
Yes.
But no, I just want to start off by thanking you for your commitment to our young people and making it happen for them when they express how they want their career paths to go. So, wow, you made it happen for that student by changing policy. I can tell you've been in the district 20 years. Now, Dr. Vanessa Nichols, you and I go back a very long way. West Side graduates, not the same class,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
you've been in the district a little while. How long have you been in the district?
38 years.
38 years. 20 years, 38 years. This is what commitment looks like. This is where you are planted and focused on the young people and their success, because we
Yes.
know that everything that we do all directs back to the young people enrolled here in Gary. So prior to coming over and changing lanes, coming to the Gary Area Career Center, which is located at 1800 East 35th Avenue, had to get that in there
Yes.
in case somebody just pops in and says, where is it again?
Okay.
What were some of the other experiences that you had throughout the district? What other schools?
So I started off as Dean of Students, working under Mr. Clifton Gooden,
Wow.
excellent principal.
Yes.
Retired. Then I was assistant principal at Bailey, also assistant principal at Westside, and I became athletic director. And the athletic director, when we won state championship track under the famous
Coach
Gene Johnson.
Yes.
Yes, and then I was came back to Westside as assistant principal, and now I'm at the Career Center as the principal.
I don't know if you know this, you probably do, and you know this too. You are loved throughout the district. Do you know that?
Yes.
What the students say about you and you as well,
Yes.
giving them a skill. Tell me about a time, has a student come back to the Career Center and said, I own my own barbershop, or I have my own chair, please come see me, Miss Dionne, and I'm doing well. Tell me a story about that.
Absolutely. This happens often.
Yeah?
I am so proud of the students, whether they are in cosmetology or barbering. I've had several students. I've went to the barbershop and had a chance to see him in action, and the rest of the employees that he hired, and they're doing outstanding.
And it's because of what we have poured it, not me, what you have poured into them under your tutelage. So when we think about the Gary Area Career Center, we think a little old school. We think back into the days when, you go to the Career Center because you aren't into academics. Yeah. Well, that wasn't the case then, and it's definitely not the case now. The tides have turned where our young people have options, and not only are they focused on their college-bound and academic careers, but trades, and having special skills that even when they go off to college, I always think about barbering, that you can be the barber on the floor in your dormitory and make money while you're in college, thanks to the certifications that you're getting at the Career Center. So Dr. Vanessa, I'll come back to you and just say, just in your short stint over at the Career Center, what are some of the things that you've seen that made you say, wow, knowing what you knew from going, being back in the day?
Well, first of all, we have compassionate teachers, so they're really are happy about what they do, and they really want to see the students successful. Yeah, because most of the time, kids can get on a lazy, realm, but our teachers are pathfinders or go-getters, so they really make sure that all students that leave the Career Center are successful.
Well, that's always great to know. And then in your area with barbering and cosmetology, do you have to periodically go back and get some types of certification in order to remain teaching it?
Oh, yes. I always go back to stay abreast of what's going on today.
Okay.
Because when the students come to us, we want them to see what the services are today. So we want to teach them the foundation. However, we teach them the styles and the trends.
And sometimes they can tell us, like, I want to do it.
Yes, and then sometimes, they get tired of hearing us. So we'll invite a licensed stylist or barber in to show his craft as well.
Okay. All right.
And some of them get their own clientele. They build up, from their block, little kids or, family members.
And that's definitely what we're going to talk about when we come back in our next segment. Did you know that you can come to the Gary Area Career Center and get services from these young people seeking their hours for certification? You're watching A Day in the District, a show designed to help you, the viewers, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. When we come back, we'll talk more about career and technical education. Stay right there.
When you join the Army, the first thing they teach you is how to get in line. Not exactly the same in high school. When I enrolled in Westside Leadership Academy and joined ROTC, the first thing I learned was respect. Not just for God and country, but for myself.
Gary Schools, strong, resilient, built for education.
I said I'd never join.
Thought living on sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman track storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter. Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown.
Or be the one who stops an attack. Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
Welcome back to A Day in the District, and I'm still your host, Chelsea Whittington, chatting with my colleagues at the Gary Area Career Center. Yes, the Career Center is booming with all types of classes and certificate programs and opportunities for our young people. And I was just sitting here sharing with you off camera how when I was in high school, I was in an accelerated program for academics, but my scheduling didn't allow for me to go to the Career Center. And I'm so glad now that the district has made amends and ways that even when you are really taking like high level courses or specialized courses, you still are able to make the schedule fit that you can be a part of the Career Center curriculum as well. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Yes, well, most people think that the Career Center is just for non-college bound students, but that's not true. It's for also students that are non-college bound and also students that are college bound. So not only would they receive academic and skills, but they will also receive certification and career for the workforce.
That's wonderful.
So that's what we're about at the Career Center.
So I'm about to play favorites. You know, I love all the programs.
Okay.
And I especially love on the days when the culinary students are doing something new and one of them may catch me in the hallway and say, "Miss Chelsea, we made cookies." I'm like, ah. Well, I don't want to hurt the child's feelings, so I have to go try the cookies.
Yes,
Right?
yes, absolutely.
What an excuse. But with my degree being in broadcast journalism, and I always knew that I wanted to go into broadcasting, hence why I wanted to go to the Career Center. We have a jewel in WGVE, and both of you know about it. So either one of you can talk about, you know, the asset that the having our own radio station, no other district has it around here, and being able to have our students to learn and program and run the board. Dr. V, I'm going back to you because you were just in the studio with us the other day.
I was in the studio. So not only do we have the AM, but we also have the FM, which a lot of studios or a lot of radio stations do not have.
That's right.
And we also have a Jim and Jeffrey Smith.
Yes.
Who is a very intelligent young man. He's actually 5 credits from being the doctor that works with the animals.
Okay, the veterinarian. Yes, he did go to the veterinarian. He knows a lot about a lot of different things. He says it on air sometimes. Yes.
Oh, it is
and
true.
here's the thing: we with a shameless poach from another station, we lured him over and said, "Hey, do you want to work with some kids while you do what you love?" And he said, "Absolutely."
He's
and
a great teacher, and he's also he wants to see things happen.
Yes.
So he's also like a trailblazer or a pathfinder.
Yes.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, we have somebody working with us right now in the booth. Shout out to J. Kevin Thomas. What can you say about Jay?
I love Jay.
Me too.
He's very soft-spoken, and whatever you need from him, he's there for you. He's very supportive, positive.
He is. Always.
The students love him. I enjoy when his students come to our class to record the students on the activities that they're doing in the lab.
Yes.
So I'm thankful to have him there.
You know, and we talk about, you know, just the manner in which we interact with young people, but I wonder how much they really recognize, and they probably do later on, how we are truly giving them a career that when they leave the district, they can literally enter the workforce.
Yes, they can.
Talk about some of the other certifications, namely one of the newer ones. We have first responders program there.
Yes. EMT?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's with Mr. Serrano, who also works for the Gary Fire Department.
Yes.
So the kids can go out with supervision on the trucks, and they do, go into the hospitals to, witness and to have hands-on experience there.
I've actually talked to some of the students in the program and ran into one of the young men in the hallway where he was sporting his EMT jacket and shirt. He wanted to show me that. He's like, I'm on my way to the Career Center. And that just made me happy because when you're going to school and you're doing something you want to do, it doesn't feel like you're forced to be here. You want to be here, which ultimately increases attendance and the other things that we work to address. Now, You told me Horace Mann,
Yes.
IU, stayed in the area, came back working in the community.
Yes.
What do you feel we need to do and offer through the Career Center to make our students get all these goodies that you're giving them, but then come back and work in our community?
Well, Gary, Indiana. Wow. Students need to just see what's going on in Gary and then just give back because I didn't want to go anyplace else. I wanted to give back what I was given.
Yes.
And I feel like you're pouring that into them with those types of promotions. Now, Dr. V, you mentioned that we're doing this now, having this conversation to help the community know what's happening at the Career Center. But you all are getting ready to go on a tour of sorts. You going out in the community. What's next? Yes.
So our teachers are going to take you can say take the show on the road. So they're going to visit all the elementary schools, both middle schools, and also here we're coming to West Side as well, so we can recruit our sophomores. Sophomores going to junior and juniors going to senior to come to the Career Center.
So do they do some type of presentation,
Yes,
some hands-on? What is it like?
They will be presenting, and they will have hands-on opportunities for students, project-based learning for students to participate.
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm excited about that. And one of the other things that has changed with the outreach, I understand that we're giving touch points to 8th graders. Are we still doing that? We're just kind of giving them exploratory opportunities?
The first semester, we did have the 8th graders there.
Okay.
And, they were part of criminal justice, culinary arts, business, management, and
wow.
And then they also came to get haircuts
or
get
nice.
their hair done. So they had the opportunity, even if they didn't take the class, to visit some of the other programs.
They were great.
And I
Yes.
think that really gets them starting to think about what they want to do with their lives or what skill sets that they want to have. Now, before we go into break, our final break, how long does the barbering program take? Do I need to be there 2 years? Is it one? Can I finish in 1 year? What are the requirements?
The requirements for the barber program, we would love for the students to start their 10th grade year.
Okay.
However, if they can't due to the core classes, they can attend the junior year.
Okay.
And it's like a 2-year program. And if, unfortunately, if they can't make it to school every day, we offer summer school or after school programs, internship, job shadow, so that they can get the 1,500 hours and the 1,097 projects to complete the course.
Wow, so impressive. You are watching A Day in the District, learning all things Gary Area Career Center. When we come back, I'm administering a test. Let's see how many career paths these ladies can recite off the top of their heads. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life.
It's gross. I don't really want to talk about it.
She didn't want to at first, but I mean, it's no big deal. Everybody does it.
I was ready, totally ready, because we had been practicing this dance for weeks.
He was supposed to take this girl to this dance, but
I sprained my ankle at track practice.
I hate sharing anything personal. It's so disgusting.
For the dance, I let her wear my shoes and she hated it, but I thought she looked great in them.
he could barely even walk.
I ended up taking some pills for my pain.
Yeah, they were my mom's, but
it didn't go well.
If it's not yours,
If it's not yours,
if it's not yours,
Hey you,
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it. You won't believe what happened next.
And we are back. Is it the final segment already? Well, we better jump in. You're watching A Day in the District, and we're talking about the Gary Area Career Center, located at 1800 East 35th Avenue, or some people say 35th and King Drive, right there on the corner. And I am joined by our director, Dr. Vanessa Nichols, our barbering instructor, Dionne Brown, and I'm just having a really good time, not only reminiscing, but getting excited about the things that are coming down the pipe for the Gary Area Career Center. Now, I am a woman of my word, and I said when we come back, we're going to have a test. But I want to kick it off because every time I go out and I talk about the district, I tout the Gary Area Career Center, and then I get myself in a rabbit hole as I start to try to name all the different classes and career paths that are available. But I'll obviously start with WGVE and the broadcast TV program. And then I start to envision the building. I'm like, and graphics is over there. And then I get hungry and I think about culinary. I think about, of course, your programs, barbering, cosmetology, and automotive and construction. And we talked about EMT, and we talked about the law. The law, is it law enforcement? Is it legal? Criminal justice. And then I stop. And then you pick it up, Doc.
Okay, so you forgot welding.
Oh, and aviation. Okay.
Okay, aviation. And I think you...
Early childhood?
Early childhood.
And
That's
you
such
also
a wonderful
CNA.
Oh, wow.
And, well,
Graphics.
she's CNA and CCMA.
Wow.
There's a difference between
I mean, you can totally just walk out again, and they have various certifications on their diplomas and things like that, and we have dual degree programs. There's just so much going on that at this point, I can look at the young people and I say, there's just no excuse. You have opportunities through our vast athletics program, as you know, as former athletics director, our academics, and now, of course, our career paths. But I want to talk specifically about the opportunities for the community. Now that we have said the Career Center's doing great, and we're also going to resurrect the horticulture program.
Yes, we
because
are.
one of those visual things when you when you're walking down the halls, that big like planetarium, atrium, and so that's being redone.
It will be redone, and right now we're using it with our culinary arts students.
Okay.
And they have, collard greens. They have.
They're growing things.
Yes,
in
growing
there.
things in there with the help of Purdue, and we are also going to work with Gear Up.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to have it together, and not only will you be able to go in and get some sunshine, but you will also be able to sit at one of the nice tables we're going to have in there and have your coffee, get on your computer.
Nice. You know, this whole program is getting ready to be a whole commercial for the Gary Area Career Center. I'm excited for the young people. And before we talk about the community, I know that we have partnerships with neighboring school districts who just want to get a taste of the Gary Community School Corporation. Who are some of the other schools that bring their students to the Career Center?
So we also service our neighbors across the street, 21st Century.
Okay.
We have Theo Bowman Academy. We also have Steel City and Lighthouse.
Okay.
So we have had calls for River Forest to come over.
Wow.
And now that with your
yes,
students,
and
I'll
I'm
make
getting
contact with her.
inquiries from Griffith and Maryville, and rightfully so, because you all are doing an amazing job. And you all can't say it, but I can. If you go to Thea Bowman, Lighthouse, and all those, never mind, just transfer over to the Gary Community School Corporation because we are always enrolling.
Yes.
And then you can just go to the Career Center and then just go to Westside. Shameless plug, but I digress. Let's talk about the community. Granny needs a manicure. She can come to the Gary Area Career Center.
Absolutely. We welcome the public to come out and get services. The price is minimum, and let's talk about the price.
Let's.
We charge just to put back as the products.
Wow.
You know, the students, they'll buy things, but I want to have everything that we need. And Dr. Nichols, whatever I want, she'll supply.
Whatever you want, I'm coming to work over there.
Yes, so they can come in, they can call in, or either walk in.
And now what are the hours? if somebody's watching and they say, well, I'm going to stop by the Career Center and get a manicure?
The students get there about 7:15, 7:20, and we're there to 2 o'clock.
Oh, those
It's
are
best
good
to
hours.
call if they like to
Okay.
schedule an appointment. But even if they just want to walk in and see the facility, what we have to offer, please come in.
Yes. And what's the number if they want to call to inquire about the services at the Career Center?
Area code 219-962-7571.
I know you would know that after being there 20 years. You better know the phone number. This is just an amazing opportunity. And for those of you who want more information about the Gary Area Career Center, you're certainly welcome to go to our website, garyschools.org. And I will make this commitment right here on stage, live on our show, that our public relations team will be partnering with you as you go on the tours, as you go into the schools, to help amplify the stories, but specifically from the student perspective. I think that while it's amazing to talk to you, we want to hear from the young people and what they plan to do with the various skills.
We were just talking about that.
Yes. And so when we were talking earlier about, well, what camera, who do I talk to when I'm sitting on stage? Now it's time for you to talk to the community. And I want to start with you, Dr. V.
Okay.
It's time for you to give your little dissertation spiel on why enroll your scholar in the Gary Area Career Center.
Well, first of all, not only will they be able to graduate with a degree, Core 40, they can also graduate with technical honors on that degree. And that degree comes, you have to go through the Career Center for that degree. And I want to just, while I have a little plug, a shout out, this is not only Black History Month, where we have Madam C.J. Walker and all those people who actually contributed to the career path. It is also CTE Month.
It sure is.
So she forgot.
Help you.
No. So we're going to be doing some things, and hopefully we can get Crystal or Chelsea to come out.
We'll both come.
Come out and help us, promote some things. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, Miss Dionne, why should they enroll specifically in your program?
They can enroll. I want them to enroll, and so that they can get certified and get a license in barbering and cosmetology. Learn the latest trends, the latest fashions, and just have the foundation of barbering and cosmetology. And let's have fun. Let's explore. And also, I want to say this. Dr. Nichols said, who want to drive a bus and, travel with your programs? So we will be traveling to schools, traveling to, if a church want us to come out, do a spa day, whatever, they need from us, we're there to give back. So the community come to us, or either we'll go
come to you.
Yes, we will.
And that's putting a bow on it. You have been watching A Day in the District, a show designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. Today we got connected to the Gary Area Career Center. And now I'm charging you to reach out to them and get those services and enroll your child and get a career. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
WSTG